Hey there, thanks for stopping by. Today we are looking at the latest Artful box. It's this one. It was supposed to come in about September time. It did instead arrive at late October, but Artful has kept us informed the whole way along, so that's all fine and dandy. This one is the Studio Markers box, which I'm quite excited by because I don't really own a set of markers. Let's see what is inside this box and see what we can make from it. Okay, let's open it up. Hello! So we get our little topper here, which has all the information for if you want to go and see what else they have going on their website and whatnot. And then, we're greeted first off with these rather nice box. It says Artful embossed on the front and the back. It has 24 on the top there. It's just nice and sturdy. And what does it say? 24 studio marker pens on the side there. It's a real nice sturdy box. Let's have a look inside. These look quite nice colours. There's a quite nice variety. We've got some greens along the end here, some purples into pinks. We've got our browns and our yellows into the reds and the blues. And then we've got some greys, and I like the name of that one. Old lace. That's quite cool because that kind of does look like the colour of old lace, doesn't it, I suppose? Okay, so yeah, let's grab one out of here. So I believe that these are not going to be brush tip, which is a bit of a shame because I like brush tips, but they are, yeah, chisel nib at the end there. So there we go. And then we've just got just a normal nib. Yeah, a kind of standard nib, but it is quite pointy, so it's got that kind of brush tip specificity for kind of doing really detailed work. So yeah, we'll see how they go when we try them in action. I mean, I do not have much experience with markers, like alcohol markers in general. Sure, I've used a felt tip in my time, but yeah, I haven't really done, say, blending with markers and things like that because I just haven't got round to buying them, which is why this box is so handy for me because now I get to try them. So, excuse me. I mean, I'm loving this piece of cardboard with a hole in it. Why am I so stupid that I want to hold on to this? Because surely it could be useful for something. It's a perfectly straight piece of, it's got a hole in it that I didn't have to cut out myself. I don't know why, but I feel like that could be handy. I'm going to hold on to it because yes, I am that gal. Okay, so we have a nice print. We've got two prints. That's because this one was the gouache box that we had previously. They didn't include the print. We also have this jaunty little thing. I mean, as somebody who loves a musical instrument, and if I ever see one anywhere, I just want to have a go and see what noise I can make on it. Is anybody else like that? I don't care if I make a bad noise. I just want the experience. I want to know. Because I feel like I want to make music and that I can just pick it up and it'll be fine. I've tried the guitar. I have not tried an accordion, but I'd love to try an accordion. And I don't have a recorder, but I do have a tin whistle. So, you know, I'm vibing with this little gang of froglets. Okay, let's move on from that waffle. We have our paper, so that's nice. If nothing else from these Artful boxes, when my subscription ends, which I've got one more box to do from my year subscription that I took out as a trial, and if I get nothing else from it, I'll at least have a marvellous collection of paper and a great selection of new brushes to use. So that alone has made me happy, but yeah, this one is 30 sheets, suitable for pencil, pen, calligraphy, pastel and oil pastel, and is 160 GSM. So yeah, it's nice quality paper. I like it, and they're so chunky. You get such a lot. So yeah, thank you for that, Artful. That's always useful. We have our cards, which again, I still haven't used any of these cards, but one day I will. I'm wondering whether or not to do printmaking on them. Maybe for Christmas. Yeah, I might do that. Okay, and then we also have a colour chart. So this is a swatch sheet. We didn't get this with the gouache box either. They left it out, but it is only a piece of paper, so you can't get too annoyed with that. But as I'm not much of a swatcher myself anyway. I mean, I might do it for these just to try out blending and things, just to see how they work, because I'm not so au fait with markers, especially like chisel nibs, how you blend a chisel nib. It feels like it'll be... Anyway, I don't want to go into that until we get into that. So, yeah, we've got this. I might use it, I might not, but it's, you know, if you like that kind of thing, hell, enjoy yourself. Okay, so then we have an extra pencil, a 2H this time. That's always nice. You can always use pencils. And oh, we've got a fine liner, and oh, this is exciting for me because it's like Artful have read my mind, because the 0.5 nib, that one in my collection, has just started running out, and I was very sad about it because I enjoy a 0.5 nib. I don't know why. Here we go. Here is the 0.5 nib. Lovely. And then at the bottom we have our marvellous big book of stuff about studio markers. They always put one of these booklets in, and they are like massive. You get so much in them. You get all of these artist interviews and tutorials about how to use the material that you've been sent. And yeah, I will enjoy having a browse through this to see what I should do with these markers, because as I say, I'm no expert with markers, and it will be good to have a go and see where we get with it. Okay, we have all our stuff. So let's go try these babies out and see whether or not we like them. So I did actually do a little bit of swatching. Yay me! They all came out very nicely, but I will say that on this paper they came out a bit lighter than they did when I put them on the actual Artful paper. So that's interesting, isn't it? Or maybe it's not, I don't know. Then I did try on here a little bit of blending. Now bear in mind, this is the first time I have tried to blend alcohol markers, and yeah, it's not great. I mean, I kind of went over the patches a bit too much maybe, and they got a bit sort of blotchy. It does say in the book, don't go over the same bit too much, because then you start getting the build up of the alcohol. So, you know, I'm just learning as I go. So I decided to try for a kind of window kind of shape. Here's my fast hands going with my pencil, just creating my outlines. And I read in the book that one of the artists in there, she said that she created her images by doing the fine liner kind of sections first, and then doing the markers on top of that, which I kind of found interesting, because whenever I've done anything with fine liners, I always kind of do the fine liner last, or sort of, yeah, at the end really, because it kind of like neatens everything up. So yeah, I just thought I'd do the opposite, just to see what happens. But you know, this was a horrible bit of blending. I mean, it doesn't look quite so bad on the screen, I don't think, but it felt like I was doing it very wrong at the time. And that is why then I just started randomly doodling with that green pen, because I needed to distract myself from the blob that I felt was at the top. And then I tried to do some blending with the yellows and the oranges, and yeah, I kind of feel like this section eventually came out a bit better, and it does sort of look blended. It's not perfect by any means, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, mainly I did blending like with this one, with the purple into the grey, where I ended up just doing kind of dots and dashes to kind of blend it over. But I will say, with the chisel nib, I mean, it did cover very well, and there wasn't any streaking. I was impressed with that, because I thought with the chisel nib it might be quite streaky, but yeah, it comes out very nicely. It has kind of like a cloudy look to it, I think. But I didn't like the chisel nibs because there's something about the way I hold a pen. I don't know, I feel like I can't I never know the angle that I'm supposed to be holding it, and I ended up going over lines, and I don't like to colour out of my lines. I like to be neat when I'm colouring, and some of this did not come out so neat. I was going over the edges. I mean, it doesn't look too bad from here, but yeah, close up I wasn't too happy with it. I thought it looked a bit messy, and so yeah, what can I say? I'm still not a massive fan of the chisel nib, but the pens themselves, they cover very nicely. They're nice colours. I mean, I had no sort of plan with what colours I was going to use on this, and therefore that is why it is a hodgepodge of just all the colours. All the colours, let's just try them all out, see how they go, you know. And then in a moment, my light is going to go off. I was trying a new light out for filming, and yeah, it cut off in the end. So the end part of the colouring, I'm afraid I did not manage to capture, but anyway, you'll see that in just a second or so. But I went round the outline with black, and I think that really made a big difference, and I quite like it how it came out in the end. Throughout the whole thing I thought it was quite messy, but by the end I think it's okay. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.